Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda, and today I wanted to share with you my goals for 2019. So, I've got my goals kind of separated into three different categories. One is reading, one is social, and the last one is more of like a personal slash self development sort of category. So, I want to just start out with reading because my channel is mostly reading and planning. So I figure if you're stopping by, you're probably looking to find out what my reading goals are for the coming year. So for 2019, the first reading goal I have is to set my Goodreads reading challenge for the year at 75 books. In 2018, I had it set at 100 books, and I think I read 97 or 98 books, so I almost met it, but I was just a little short. And I do feel like I could hit 100 books this year, but I also need to focus a lot more on school and not put so much pressure on myself for reading. So I decided to pull back my reading goal just a little bit, still keep it high so that I could stretch for something, but make it more manageable for me. So I feel like 75 is probably a good middle range there for me. My next goal for the year is to reduce my physical TBR pile by 50 books. So I have on my bookshelves about 170 books that I haven't read yet. And one of my goals for the past couple of years now has just been to read from my bookshelves. I've been doing a pretty good job of that. I would like to say, I don't know the stats or specifics or anything. I'd like to say that about 50% of the books, or at least like 45% of the books that I read, come straight from my bookshelves. But that probably isn't super accurate. I know, I mean, I do pick up a lot of audiobooks from the library that aren't of books that I already own. So this year, I just really want to focus in on making sure that at least 50 of the 75 books I plan to read come straight from my bookshelves. And then another goal that I have, I've actually recently filmed a video on this, which I will leave linked below, but excuse me, I have a couple series that I have started that I would like to finish, and also a couple series that I have already complete, like the whole complete series of, that I would like to read through in 2019. I think I'm sitting around like 11 series that I want to get into and finish. These are all like varying length of series. I think the shortest is a trilogy up to the Plantagenet and Tudor series, which is 15 books. So pretty wide range, but I'm just ready to kind of check off those series that I have already started and make them in the series that I have now completed. And then the last reading goal I have is to complete all of the 2019 Pop Sugar reading challenges. So I did this, I think, I want to say 3 years in a row. I didn't do it last year for 2018, but I just figured I'm probably already picking up a lot of books that fit these challenges. So it would be interesting to see throughout the year what I'm reading and what I can check off from that challenge. So even, I guess, if I don't complete the whole challenge and like specifically find books for each prompt, it would still be fun to see how many of the books I pick up that fit into the reading challenge. The next section I want to focus on for 2019 is my social category, and this is mostly just my YouTube and Instagram. So for 2018, I was really consistent in uploading 3 videos a week. I was uploading Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But again, I really need to focus more on school, and I'm finding that although I'm really enjoying what I'm doing with YouTube, it is becoming more of a priority than my school is. So I am going to pull myself back just a little bit and only focus on 2 videos a week. And I think my schedule is going to be Mondays and Thursdays now. So Mondays are pretty much always going to be my plan with me's for the week. And then Thursdays are probably going to be a mix between like book TBR videos, book wrap up videos, book hauls, sticker hauls. I might even try to do some sort of like a reading diary or reading journal. And I want to try to do more reviews on my channel for books, because I don't feel like I give a very good overview of books right now, and I would like to just help people decide on if they want to pick up a book or not. So that's a big one for me. And then another pretty big one is that I want to try and grow my channel to 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm sitting around the 130 mark right now. So if I could push just a little harder and grow my channel to that 1,000 subscriber mark, I think that would be a really good accomplishment for the year. And then my last kind of social goal is to just improve the aesthetic of my Instagram. I feel like it's a little scattered and incredibly inconsistent right now. So with that, I would just really like to develop a style or theme that really captures kind of my essence and what I want to put out there. And then moving into personal goals. I've got a couple. There are 6 of them that I'm going to work on for this year. The first one is, or the first 2 are for my violin. This year will be my 5th year playing the violin, and I would really like to work on developing my vibrato a lot more. I'm starting to get the hang of it a little bit this year, but I feel like I would like to kind of pull back from the more technically difficult songs and kind of play like easier duets so that I can develop a more technical skill. And then another thing I really want to do is really push myself to practice at least 3 times a week. I have been consistently practicing only 2 times a week for pretty much this whole past year, and it's just pointless for me as a student, for my violin teacher. I'm not progressing at the rate that I should be, and if this is something that I want to continue doing, I need to make it a priority as well. So I really need to work on practicing a lot more and having just more mindful practices as well, so that I'm not just pushing myself to get through the material. And then moving into school stuff, which we have talked about a little bit. This year I want to complete 10 courses for my Bachelor's of Science in Accounting. I'm only required to pass 4 each term, and a term is 6 months. But I would like to get a little bit ahead of the game and try and pass 10 this year, which means I have just a little over a month to pass each course. And if I do that, then I can set myself up a lot better for my last term, and instead of having a full term, I would then have a partial course load for the term. So that's something that I really need to push myself towards. Not something, I mean, it's a want, but this is a very big need for me. And I really want to just finish up my schooling and get my degree, so that way in the afternoon I can stop stressing about how I should be studying but would rather be reading, and then I could just read instead. So that's probably my biggest goal for the year, is just getting 10 courses complete. And then the next 2 are kind of money-wise. So I would like to start budgeting monthly so that I can start putting a lot more money in savings. It may not seem like a mass amount of money, but this year I would like to put at least $1,200 in savings. And a big thing that's going to help me in that goal, which if you break it down, it's only $100 a month. But I really just need to start budgeting and making sure that I'm not overspending, and especially on things that I don't need to spend money on. So that will be a nice thing for me because within the next couple of years, I am going to need to buy a new car. And if I could put some money down on it, that would be really nice and bring those payments down just a little bit. And then the last goal I have is kind of, I guess, health related. It was honestly just decided last night on New Year's Eve by my friend. She really wants to run another half marathon with me, but I really didn't enjoy that experience. I think the most I want to run for fun is just a 10K, which is only like 6 something miles, 6.1 or 2 or something like that. But another goal that she really wants to do is to summit Mount St. Helens so that you can get to the top and look into the crater. And I think that's only like an 8-mile hike. That might be round trip. I don't remember. We looked at it yesterday. It's like a 4,500 foot elevation gain. So in a mile, you're gaining a little over 1,000 feet each mile on the way up. So it's going to be a little tricky. And I love hiking, but I'm not the best hiker. The altitude just really gets to me and my lungs feel like they're going to explode. So that's something that I'm going to work on training towards this year, is being able to hike Mount St. Helens. We're going to aim for the end of August around her birthday. And you don't need like a special permit to climb or anything. It's not as high up as like Mount Rainier is, where you would need to basically prove that you can survive up there to hike it. But this one you do need a climbing pass on, and the climbing pass is open on February 1st. And towards the end of the season, there's only like 100 passes a day. So we're going to have to buy our passes pretty early on and schedule the day that we want to go. So that is everything that I have planned right now to accomplish in 2019. Some are pretty big goals, but I feel like I can reach all of these. I feel like they're enough of a stretch, but still definitely within my reach, so I won't get discouraged. I would love to know what you have planned as a goal or resolution for 2019. So if you feel so inclined, please leave that information down in the comments below, and I will chat with you there until my next video. Bye!